because what is a mistake? It's a learning process. So what's supposed to happen with things that look like they're negative? They're supposed to be inspiring. They're supposed to be bringing you to discover something new to learn about your own capabilities every day. It's really important that every morning you set your myelin sheaths, which is the covering of your nerves in your brain, so that you are in control of your nerve pathways that are going to be supporting you throughout the day. So if you wake up and you go right into your to-do list, you go into OMG, or you go into a conversation, that doesn't give you a chance to have your brain be at the place where it's not caught off guard. So you really want to do, and I learned this a long time ago, a certain set of exercises. I do some before I even get out of bed, because I don't want to put my feet on the ground until I put my feet on the ground and I'm already in the energy flow. I'm already in the zone. I'm already feeling expanding. I'm already ready to go out and either go running or go push-ups or something. And I do that by doing guided breathing visualizations, which we have for people to listen to. And some of them are only 5 minutes, some of them are 7, some of them are 30. But what it does, it allows you to go up the stair steps of vibrations up the mountain of enlightenment. And if you do something like binaural beats or something, that sort of gives you one level of that, but it doesn't bring you up the whole thing. So you're really ready for the day. It's sort of the binaural beats gives you like maybe a breastplate, but it doesn't give you a helmet and a spear and shoulder pad. I mean, you're not ready really unless you get the full complement. And that's what I love about the guided breathing visualizations. And I love them about the physical practices. And so I always do, at least started out doing 20 minutes a day. And now I do 90 minutes a day of physical practices, which means I have to get up a little bit earlier, but I condense so much effectivity during my day that I usually get to bed, plenty early. And before bed, what the practices I do is 3 times a week I do a sauna, but every night I do a guided breathing visualization so that the brain knows that it doesn't have to work all night. Because your brain just keeps metabolizing every single thing that's ever happened to you so that you can make it through the next day. It works all night long. So if you can have the brain just get relief from having to worry through all these things. And what happens is once you get these vibrations in, it just sort of dry cleans out all the confusion that you've been through all day. Like the lady who gave you the wrong pen when you asked for something, or she gave you the wrong thing in the grocery store, or the man who for some reason jumped in front of you, and you're still sitting there going, I was upset. Why didn't I do something? You don't even need to think about that. It has nothing to do with your life. We're not doing psychotherapy before we go to bed. What you want to do is get your rest. You want to heal your liver, heal your heart. Then tomorrow's another day. But it's not another day if you go out there with a broken heart, a broken liver, a broken brain. And that's what we all have to take on as our responsibility. We're in the driver's seat on this planet. We get to really make ourselves more effective every day. And that's our opportunity, but it's also a job. If you don't take on the job, anybody who was in the training program with me over the past 20 years in China, they didn't make it. They didn't make it up the mountain. They had injuries. Some died. It's very important that we sort of take our responsibility to keep our brain open, all the grade 8, our strength getting better every day, and our ability to communicate with other people so that we can have more love in the world for ourselves and other people. So that's why I do the practices. Guaranteed, you can be Albert Einstein, you can be Gandhi, you can be Buddha. He told you you're going to have on this planet an educational process. Some people call that stress. But the only reason you call it stress is because you say it shouldn't be there. So the first thing you need to do is get yourself in this place with the guided breathing visualizations where you feel, which is one of the 8, where you feel like I'm really looking positive to life. I can pull in enough energy to be able to do a handstand, be able to learn anything. No, you're not going to learn everything right at once. It's going to be bit by bit, but you'll learn enough. Remember, you're only in competition with yourself, and the rest of the people, you don't even know what they're doing. So it's really you and God and the energy and your goals, and whether you're being win-win, win for you, win for other people, and you're making a balance and win for the environment. So as long as you stay in that code, and you're going to make mistakes, and you're going to feel guilty, and that's inappropriate if you just keep wasting all your talents by any mistake you make, because any person who ever impugns you, or if you impugn yourself, I think Christ labeled it, there isn't anybody who doesn't have a big log in their eye of mistakes, because what is a mistake? It's a learning process, and you can't learn. And having done research at UCLA, having done very intense surgery research, you don't want to make a big mistake. What you want to do is learn bit by bit, and then you want to keep gaining knowledge, and then you don't get stressed out. If somebody goes in hacking away and says, I think I got this operation, doc, we always tell those people, you're not authorized to do that. But I was able to go 40 years with surgery, success, success, success. And thank goodness for the patients, but also it made it very satisfying for me and not stressful. It was inspiring. So what's supposed to happen with things that look like they're negative? They're supposed to be inspiring. They're supposed to be bringing you to discover something new to learn about your own capabilities every day. That is the only reason we have stress. And it shouldn't even be called stress, except we say it shouldn't be there. I'm tired of learning. Therefore, you're Xing yourself out of the process on this planet. And some people look at this planet like it's too tough, or it's like too set up. But actually, it's set up so that there's a way through it successfully if you're willing to each day make small, successful learning processes. And then your body builds the hormones and the nerve pathways and the neurogenesis to be even better the next day, which is something to look forward to, which is one of the great 8. So that's really a whole, kernel on stress, and everybody needs to hold that each day, because otherwise you're stressing yourself out. I don't know if you're aware of that, but it doesn't matter. What's around you is not in this culture, in majority, is telling you that you should be stressed. And therefore, what do? Not listen to the news? No, you just want to not be affected, stressful by going, okay, can I use that information to keep learning or not? But the point is, you don't want to get succumbed, fall in the hole with all the people that are going, OMG, or the sky is falling. You want to keep going towards your bit by bit contribution to everybody around you and yourself. And then your pathway in life will be fun, inspiring, with a lot of learning, just like skiing has a lot of learning with all the moguls and everything. It'll be as tough as it can be, as you want it to be, but it'll be so inspiring as you go through the day when you start recognizing how successful you're becoming. For you and me, tell the truth. You've lived this long and the sky hasn't fallen. You've lived this long and the earth has not only not blown up, but according to physics, it's maintained its exact relative position to all the other things around it, the other planets, the stars. This place is set up to be a wonderful learning experience. There's a gazillion plants you're supposed to be getting energy from. Without them, you're dead. Yeah, so you better appreciate them. Plants giving you, and flowers are giving you oxygen, energy, which you can't live without. So why are you taking that for granted? Because somebody taught you that. So what that's in the news is taking everything that's valuable and saying, oh, that's just nothing. And what's really important is whatever you made up, which is maybe you want to control everybody, or you want to control yourself, or you want to somehow turn the wall into gold. It won't matter, because after you've done that, then what happens? We already know people are committing suicide, even though they've got gold coming in every day. People making $1 million a day committing suicide. So what is the value of having a rough time out there? Is that you want to not be part of that. You want to be part of what's going to make you stronger. So everybody knows if I'm going to go for sugar to make myself stronger, I'll feel good for a short time, and then there'll be a huge drop off, and then you'll feel terrible. And then also it makes you have type 2 diabetes, which also gives you loss of feeling in your feet and your neck, heart disease, brain disease. One of the number one diseases we have that nobody even talks about. They just say, well, there's too much sugar in our lives. The fact is, it's a disease. And then what's not a disease? Well, these energy practices. So if you can pull yourself out of the slump, having no agreement around you that you could be positive, you can be successful, as long as you're win-win, as long as you're taking care of other people and you're taking care of yourself with it. Just like Christ said, he came out with 2 things he said were really important. 1, don't judge others. And 2, make sure that however you want to be treated, treat other people. And you will make mistakes, but then you're supposed to learn, because what's a mistake? A learning experience. And someone that won't allow you to make a mistake, they've already cut you off from your chance of being a human being, because there's nobody on this planet that starts with all the information.